here at the Benque Library, where we will be speaking with Miss Miriam Garcia. Miss Miriam, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Miss Miriam Garcia. Before I got married, it was Valdez, my surname. I grew up in a humble family where education was one that wasn't important to, especially my parents. They would say women business in the kitchen, but thanks God I managed to excel the field of education, and now I'm here.
Exactly. It seems like this year's theme is break the bias, and that's what you did. Can you provide us with a brief history of the public library here in Benque?
Well, the library in itself, it's the history is, if you see it, it would be like kind of sad, but at the same time, it's very important because it started in the 1950s as a Jubilee library, which means it only used to open back then 2 hours daily, and it consisted only in a small room, smaller than I would say an office. Back then, the people used it as they used to do sewing classes, preserving food, and the library itself only had like 2 shelves of books back then. And then it didn't have its own place. So, which means it moved around in town. The last place, it's where the Edison Coleman was, the monument is, I think it is right now. And it was burned down with that fire. So the town council adopted the library, and so we managed to stay there. Well, Miss Judith, it was the person in charge back then, so until the 1970s.
I still remember going to the library there at the town council, where the town council is at the moment.
Yes, and then it, well, Miss Judith and the committee, they decided that it was time for the library to have its own place because the place was small, and back then it was used very, it used to be crowded, get crowded, especially in the afternoon after school. The students came out, and so they worked with the government, and here we are in our own building now.
Can you share with us what inspired you to choose this field of work?
As I mentioned at the beginning, as I told you, my family didn't agree as much as in education field, so that was one of the reasons. Well, actually, my dream was not joining the library field. It was joining the force, the BDA force, but sadly I wasn't able to meet that one. But then the second choice, because you have to have AB, as we say it now.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, it was to join the journalism field. And
it's a really nice career.
yes, but I wasn't able, so I said the library does it.
It's still working in the same as
Yes.
journalism that it is.
And here I am. I have 23 years now here at the library. I enjoy it because I'm surrounded with books. I deal with students on a daily basis. I offer them the information that they required, and if we don't have the information, we go over, we seek that information for you.
I've experienced that. I've come here for help, and the help was always there. Thank you for that. those 23 years of working with the library, what challenges did you face and how did you overcome them?
Well, one of the biggest challenges was when I was working with Ms. Judith, as I mentioned before, seeking the new library building. And the challenges were that sometimes you had to give the extra mile, which means that there would be no lunch break for you, and you had to be there whenever you were calling. No matter rain or shine, you have to be there for your work. And while we worked hand in hand, she was a great person, always willing to teach you what you needed in the library field. And after that, well, when she left, it was now my challenge. And one of the biggest challenge was that I faced was the library fence. Due to the fact that the library was widely open and it's close to the park, and during the weekends we had this problem that children would come, or even adults, they would eat and have it like a playground, and on Mondays it was a disaster. So that was one of the reasons why we fenced the whole building.
It's like really good initiative, because as citizens of our town, we should be conscious of not doing those stuff, but unfortunately that's a problem that's happening even now. It's happening in different places.
Yes, it's very sad, but thanks that we managed to
Work it out.
So.
Do you have any words of inspiration that you would like to share with people so that they come to enjoy the services that the library provides?
Well, since we're here facing the pandemic, and it's sad to say, but it's the reality that I have seen and experienced in the library. People nowadays, they tend to just leave the books. They are more into the technology. But I would like to say to them out there that come and visit the library and take a book. It's nothing, the book is something that you could hold, touch, feel. I always compare the book as a living thing, because it has parts. The book, you could feel that when you grab a book, you feel the love you just want, especially if the book is so interesting, you want to continue reading until the end.
It takes you to another
Yes.
dimension where you feel like there's nothing that can bother you while you're reading that. It's just so amazing.
Yes.
I felt that as well.
And the beautiful thing is that you don't need any passport. You just grab the book and you can travel to Miami, to Jamaica, to Africa, wherever you want.
And it helps you gain knowledge as well.
Yes.
It's very good. To end our conversation, would you like to say a few words for women, as this is the month of the woman?
Oh yeah, surely. I would like to tell each and every woman in the world to don't be afraid to look forward. There will be obstacles, there will be challenges, but empower yourself to be the person you want to be. And that's one of the things that I always focus myself into, because if I would just sit there, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. So it's challenging, it's very hard, but women, you can do this. So as the team says, #break the bias, I cross my hand in solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Miriam, for having us today. It was very good to talk to you today. This was Vanessa Salazar, Chulito Movies, Benque Viejo.
Happy Women's Month! Break the bias!